I have a large block of cedar here. It's big, it's heavy, it's certainly not round, and it's incredibly out of balance. And it was even worse. I used a hand plane to flatten the back, put this faceplate on it, and then I put it on the lathe and used a reciprocating saw to flatten off this side fairly well. Before, it was really gnarly, it was totally out of balance, but it didn't improve it that much. Now, I've done large blocks that are out of balance before on the lathe, and they're a real pain in the butt. This one, even at 100 RPM, it felt like the lathe wanted to walk across the floor. So I wanted to come up with some other way of doing it. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to build a jig. I have a frame I've put together. Just used pocket screws and glued this thing together. I'm going to put a piece of 1/4-inch plywood on the back. Then when I flip it over, it's sized so that I can run my router in here. I'll put a plunge bit in it, plunge through so I have a slot for the bit to go through. And then I'm going to build a jig so I can run it across this as it's turning, probably not under power, and see if I can't get this thing to work properly. I'm just sick and tired of trying to do this the hard way. I'm looking for an easier way. Now let me show you the next part of the jig. I picked up a 2-foot length of 1-inch rod, which is what fits in my banjo. I got a 3/4-inch pipe flange, filed the threads out of it until the rod would fit in there snugly. Then at 120 degrees, I drilled 3 holes, tapped them to fit a 1/4 thread set screw. I drilled a small depression at those 3 points in the rod so it would help keep it from spinning. And now I've screwed this down to this piece of plywood. On the other end, I've got a piece of ready rod, which will sit on top of my lathe stand to keep it from sagging. I'm going to put this frame, bolt it down on there, put some ready rod down through here to support that end of it, put this over top of that big piece, and then use my router to try to true it up. So let's put this together and then see how it's going to work. I hope this is going to give you a good enough view. I've got a slot in the plywood here. I've set the plunge router so it's going to come down just on the top of the high spot on the piece of wood. Now this is going to be very noisy. It's a router. It's going to be very dusty because it's cedar. So I'm going to be putting in earplugs, wearing my air shield so I can breathe, and I'm putting my smock on so the dust doesn't go all down my neck. I'll get all that ready and then I'm going to give this a shot. Hope this works. If not, you'll have a laugh. Well, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I know that cedar is not the best thing to demonstrate something like this on, but this was the biggest, most unbalanced piece of wood I had, and that's why I used it. I have to tell you, this was quicker and a whole lot easier than doing it with turning tools. I really don't enjoy doing that very much. So if you like this idea, give it a shot yourself. Tell me how it works out for you. And if you liked it, click the like button. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day in your shop and be safe. Don't forget to subscribe now. Take care.